Colin Liddell and I have had our differences over the last couple of years, but I just wanted to highlight this extremely astute, erudite, and just on the money and very, very relevant and not at all catty and bitter sounding article. This is political analysis at its best, and I'm not a big political person, but if you're going to get your political news from somewhere, I would definitely suggest Colin Liddell for hard-hitting articles like this one. This is his take on JD Vance, Trump's running mate. Disgusting ex-incel with soy beard and Asian waifu chosen as Trump's running mate. Featured Hindu extremism incels. All right. Vance, soy beard. There you go. There you go. He's got a soy beard, and he's got, he's an ex-incel, which means he's not an incel anymore. But the fact that he used to be an incel, I guess, that he used to be bitchless, is relevant to, deeply relevant to the analysis of what kind of a vice president he would make. According to Colin. Let's read on. With Trump almost certain to be reelected following a near miss with death from an assassin's bullet, dumbass boomer yank voters love that kind of shit. This is just like Colin's voice, Colin's authorial voice is just, it's just pulsating with charm, isn't it? Isn't it just? Don't you just think, wow, this is a guy I want to hang out with. It is now important who he selects as his vice presidential candidate. After all, who knows where the next assassin's bullet will land? Unfortunately, the one-eared former president, that's a stinging jibe there, calling Trump one-eared. Oh, my word. Who's almost certain to crush his senile old opponent at the polls in November, has opted for 39-year-old James David Vance, a pudgy, disgusting-looking ex-incel. A pudgy, disgusting-looking ex-incel with a soy beard to be his running mate. Okay. God. Just like playground insults as political commentary. That's what we got here. This is like some 8-year-old bully saying, "You can't get on the jungle gym, you fat four-eyed faggot." that's the mentality. That's the maturity level of the person writing this article. Okay. So some very, very relevant evidence or details here about JD Vance. Some would say, what are his positions? How does he view, immigration? What are his thoughts on social issues like abortion and gay marriage? Where does he stand on American foreign policy? Well, Colin Liddell goes a different route here. In his analysis, he writes, "There is no evidence that Vance even had a girlfriend." before he met and married his South Asian waifu. I guess that makes it even worse if she's South Asian. I mean, that's what I'm guessing. That makes him even more of a bitchless incel. That he could only settle for a South Asian. Oh goodness. I won't try to pronounce her name. In 2014, at the advanced incel age of 29. There is no evidence that he even had a girlfriend. What research? How do you research something like that? Like, how do you know that, Colin? I mean, I don't know. Maybe you have your sources. Who? Maybe you know JD Vance's college buddies, and they were always talking about, man, JD, you can't pull any bitches. It's pathetic, man. And he was like, yeah, I'll show y'all. I'll get with a hot South Asian woman, and then get selected as Trump's vice presidential candidate eventually. Anyway, but the fact that a man surrounded by thousands of white women ended up marrying a subpar again, God, like, what did Mrs. Vance ever do to you, Colin Liddell? And here you are calling her subpar. See photo. Only 1 year younger than him. Only 1 year younger than him? Oh my, like, he's definitely not a stud then. If she's just 1 year younger than him, that just shows he's really basically still just an incel, virgin, pathetic loser. If he could only pull a mid South Asian woman with who's only 1 year younger than he is. Not even a piece of high-class Japanese or Korean Asian toddy. Testifies to prolonged confinement in incel Wanktown. Okay, there's the couple. Usha and her fake Catholic eyeliner-wearing husband. Fake. I know that he's a Catholic convert. Again, fake Catholic. What's the evidence for that? What are their receipts for that? Why do you make that argument? What do you have to back that up? Nothing. Okay. So, Usha's a legal clerk who is conditioned by overstudying to view geeky guys like Vance in a less negative light. Oh my gosh. Again, doesn't he just ooze charm? You can understand why I was why he and I were allies for so long. You're a great guy, Colin. It is not clear how Vance has long passed as an incel. This is the first time I've ever heard the what is he, Representative or Senator JD Vance, now vice presidential candidate JD Vance. This is the first time I've ever heard him proclaimed to be an incel. And the assessment of his character based on the beard that he sports and the ostensible hotness of his and age and ethnicity of his wife. It's not clear how Vance's long past as an incel and a subpar waifu situation will impact his ability to make blah, 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 blah. But already his wife's Hindu background seems to be influencing her husband's low IQ outlook on the world for the worst. In a recent speech, Vance ludicrously called Britain an Islamic state because it allows Muslims to walk around without being killed in large numbers, as frequently happens in Hindu-dominated countries. Okay, so Colin, are you butthurt that he said something about Britain being overrun by Islamists? Does that bothered you, that got under your skin? Was that the source of this ridiculously petty piece of pseudo journalism that JD Vance said something about Britain being overrun with? I thought you would. I thought you would agree with that. I thought you would. Thought you were an anti-mass immigration kind of person. But yeah, they in Great Britain they let them walk around and, instead of being frequently killed in large numbers, as frequently happens in Hindu-dominated countries. Okay, so are you saying that he should have gone easier on the leaders of Great Britain for letting in hordes and hordes of immigrants who disproportionately commit crimes and so forth, because of the way that Muslims are often treated in Hindu countries? Okay, and the coups have already begun. JD Vance's wife is Indian, BTW. She has more European physiognomy, though. Her bloodline. All of this dwelling on the physiognomy of candidates and their wives is just so, oh my gosh. Like, anyway, a substance-free article from Colin Liddell, a completely petty and vindictive and just silly and useless article, but entertaining in a way. So bravo, Colin. Thank you for entertaining me.